The time sweeper. Dust drifted through the abandoned clock shop like slow-moving snow, each fleck catching the faint glow of a lonely lamp. Hundreds of clocks lined the walls, silent, broken, their hands frozen mid-moment, as if time had simply given up on them. In the middle of this quiet graveyard of hours stood the time sweeper. He moved with ritualistic precision, sweeping the wooden floor with long, deliberate strokes. His worn cap shaded eyes that were far older than his face, eyes that had witnessed centuries of seconds slip between the world's fingers. The bristles of his broom whispered over the wood. Then, tick, tick, tick. The sound emerged softly from somewhere deep in the shop. The sweeper froze, tilted his head, listened. Another lost minute, he whispered. He stepped toward the darkest corner of the shop. Between two shelves, barely visible, a thin crack pulsed, glowing faintly like a wound in reality that refused to close. Without hesitation, he slipped through. The world changed instantly. He emerged into a shimmering alley filled with wandering silhouettes, translucent figures built from memory and regret. They repeated the same seconds over and over, a hug never given, a message never sent, a choice that couldn't be undone. Each figure glowed dimly, trapped in the moment they wished they could reclaim. The sweeper observed them with quiet compassion. His gaze settled on the silhouette of a teenage girl. She stood frozen mid-run, tears suspended beneath her eyes like glass pearls. Whatever she fled, she carried it with her, even here. A runaway second, he murmured. He lifted his broom and tapped the ground. The sound rippled outward, bending the shimmering air. From the girl's still form, a small orb of light detached and rolled toward his feet. It flickered weakly, as though its time was almost gone. He knelt, cupped it gently in his hands, and carried it back through the crack. The familiarity of the clock shop closed around him once more. He set the glowing orb on his workbench beneath the warm amber lamp. Inside it, a memory revealed itself. A narrow hallway, a mother reaching out, a girl pulling away, eyes brimming but refusing to stop. A moment broken and unfinished. He exhaled slowly. Some seconds just need help finding their way back, he whispered. He approached an ornate grandfather clock towering in the corner. Instead of gears and springs, its open back revealed a swirling river of golden seconds, time itself endlessly flowing. The sweeper dropped the fragile orb into the golden current. It dissolved instantly, and the clock began to tick. Across town, the teenage girl inhaled sharply. She blinked, no longer frozen. She turned back toward her mother, tears trembling but alive. "Mom, wait." Her mother paused, softened. Something unspoken bridged the space between them, a moment restored, fragile but full of hope. Back in the shop, the sweeper leaned on his broom, weary but fulfilled. Silence settled again, deep enough to swallow echoes. Then a bell jingled at the front door, sweet, impossible. No one had visited the shop in ages. A boy of about 10 stepped inside, wide-eyed. He held a cracked, silent watch in his small hands as though it were a wounded animal. Someone said. The boy hesitated. Someone said you fixed lost time. The sweeper looked at him. The tiredness in his face softened into something warm. Only the moments worth keeping, he said gently. He motioned the boy forward. And as the child approached, the clocks on the walls began ticking, one after another, each joining the chorus like a heartbeat slowly returning to life. Every moment matters, even the ones you lose.